Hello teammates, I am your teammate Esmeralda. I'm here to go over the basic clocking in and clocking out of our new clocks that are out in the hospitals. Some hospitals have them and some don't due to the volume of cases that we have there. So along with this, we're going to go over the quick clock reference guide, which you will receive on your email. It tells you the basic clocking in and clocking out in a daily basis in the hospital. So with that being said, please keep in mind that we will continue using the paper timesheets, and the clock takes effect August 9th, which is this Sunday, and you will no longer be clocking in and clocking out from your next town. You will only be using the clocks and your paper timesheet. Your paper timesheet will continue to be daily. And if you have any questions, please feel free to call me, Margarita, or Isabel, with any concerns of your teammate ID, payroll questions, and so on. To begin with, we will go over the clock, the basic prompt that it has here, and all of the buttons. So the first prompt that's always set is defaulted by the current date and time, and the option to clock in or out. Here we have the first button in yellow is your clear button. That's to start over. Anytime you think you made an error, you can go ahead and press it and it will clear and start over. The second button is the arrow up. That will take you to the previous screen. The third button is your arrow down. That will take you to the next screen. The fourth button, which is the enter button, at any time if you were asked a question that you answer yes or no to, you would hit enter. The last button, the fifth button here, is the manager mode. It's not applicable to you. Here you have the most important buttons, which is the yes button, also known as in, and the no button, also known as out. Here you have your 10 keypad for your teammate ID number. So please keep in mind that it's a 6-digit teammate ID number you will be clocking in and out with. So I will begin with clocking in. I have randomly selected a teammate's ID and I will clock in and clock out. So here I will press yes and my teammate ID number, and it's going to ask me if yes it's me. I will say yes. ARN means acute registered nurse. Yes, that's me. And at the sound of the beep, that's your confirmation that you are clocked in. So here it defaults back to the current date and time, and again ready for the next teammate to clock in or clock out. So at this time you can go, if it's the beginning of the day, go ahead and assess your patients, make your rounds, and then you would eventually come back and clock out for lunch. So assuming that my day has gone, I've done a couple hours here, I will go ahead and clock out. I will enter my teammate ID number. It's asking me if it's me again, which I would say yes. And at the sound of the beep, it clocked me out. Now here it's asking me for my total treatments, meaning all my treatments since I last clocked in. At the time I have no treatments, so I would hit enter. And hemo treatments, let's say for example I had one hemo, so I would press 1 and I would hit enter. Let's see, no PD treatments, no TPE treatments, no CRT treatments, and delay time, I didn't have any today. I didn't have to wait on any patient. Please keep in mind any cancellations will not be noted on this section. You will note it on your paper timesheet. So no delay time. So the reason it gave me an error was because I did have one hemodialysis treatment that I should have put here at the beginning. So it should have been total treatments 1. And then I would hit enter, and that's because I did have one hemo, 0 for PD, 0 for TPE, 0 for CRT, and 0 for delay time. So it's asking me now if I am going to travel, meaning if I'm pretty much finished up here, if I'm going to go to another hospital, I would say yes. If I'm not, then I would say no. If you take too long, if you take more than 3 seconds, it will clear you out. So it's assuming you're not going to travel. So at this time, if you did have to travel and you didn't clock out, you would have to write it on your paper timesheet, and you would clock in at your other hospital. The girls in payroll would do a manual adjustment to correct it and put in your travel time. It's pretty easy, pretty basic. Clocking in and clocking out, you should have no problem with it. If you encounter any issues, any problems with the clock itself, please feel free to call me, Isabel or Margarita. Again, those are the girls that will be having your teammate ID. Any questions regarding your timesheet? The live date is Sunday, August 9th. Please keep that in mind. You need to start using your time clock. You will no longer be using your Nextel. I will be collecting your Nextels after August 9th. So either you can send them in with a driver, you can bring them in if you have time. Feel free to stop in the office. I would like to hear feedback on the clocks. And please, if you have any questions, again with payroll or with myself, email me, stop by, call us. Keep in mind the live date is August 9th, and you have till the end of the month to give me your Nextels. If there's anything that I can do to help you guys, please let me know. And please keep in mind your teammate ID is very confidential. Please don't let anybody see you clocking in. Don't write it anywhere, and I suggest you do not put it on your badge. So it is strictly confidential. And always check your email for any communication coming out. Okay? Thank you.